Hey guys, welcome back. So we'll call this my November/December low buy check-in. I have a lot to catch you guys up on. I have had a very difficult month. You know, money-wise and stuff like that, debt repayment-wise, I have felt really good. I paid off, let me see. Wow, I put 65, 61, 44 onto my debt this month. Which is amazing, and I should feel amazing about that. But for whatever reason, this month I am having a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty. I am shoulding myself a lot. Shoulding, as in SHOULD. I could have said something else. But yeah, anxiety is high, and I don't know if it's not necessarily an anxiety about shopping. It's just an anxiety about life. There's just been some things going on with me that have been moving very quickly, some unexpected surprises, which I don't know if I can talk about yet. So I've just felt very unsettled, very anxious, very concerned about the future and creating scenarios, I guess. I'm a very what if type of person. So I do try to focus on the here and now, but I also can spiral very easily into the what if scenarios, and I think I've allowed myself to do that quite a lot this month. And even this morning I had like a mini breakdown just from feeling overwhelmed, feeling guilty, feeling all sorts of things. So I don't feel like I've been coping very well. And I've also, to be honest, felt like a bit of a fraud and a bit of a failure. Even up until last week, where I posted a video on how to survive Black Friday. A lot of those tips I hope really helped you and really motivated you, but I even ended up buying a couple of things over Black Friday. I bought a pair of boots in the Anina Bing sale. They were boots that I at least were eyeing for quite a long time, and I do follow her still on Instagram. Just because I love her style so much, and I find her style very inspirational, and I love everything about Anina Bing, but I realized that she is a huge trigger point for me. I see everything that she puts out, and she also has weekly launches and put things out on a weekly basis that most of the time I'm okay with it, but over this season, I think just with the pressures of this month, of just how I've been feeling with the weather, not being very motivated, in other aspects of my life besides, I guess, debt repayment and finance, which I should feel amazing about. I think just sort of being overshadowed by just like other stuff going on and me letting myself get overwhelmed with things. Anyway, I saw that there was a sale. I decided to check it out. So obviously some moments of self-sabotage in there, really, I think. So old behaviors are creeping in. And yeah, I bought a pair of boots. I did it knowing they were final sale. So there was another point of noticing that kind of, what are you doing? Are you sure? I consciously ignored that and I bought them. I really like them. I'm going to wear them. I think they were at least, I mean, I wasn't planning on buying them. I had seen them for quite a long time, and they were actually on my wish list with her, with my account with her for quite some time, but I still feel very guilty and very much like a failure having purchased that item. So I just want to share with you guys. I'm trying to be completely transparent and honest with you. Because somebody said to me today, oh, I thought you weren't shopping at all, like in your low buy. I thought that's what that all was. And I'm like, no, I still shop. I still do buy new things. I bought this sweater a long time ago from Little High, Little Low. I have been buying some things, but I think most of the time when I'm considering buying something, and it's still always like a want. I really don't need anything. I just did a closet declutter, which that video went up this past Sunday. So I've gone through everything. I know everything I have. I have an inventory. I'm not really missing any pieces that I can think of. So anything that I buy is really truly a want in terms of clothing anyways. So yeah, I still do But now, most of the time, it's well thought out, it's budgeted for. I really do stick to my own rules, but this month I just like, I really totally didn't. I was able to work the boots into my budget. I had to move some money around and sacrifice, I guess, putting more money on my loan for those boots. But yeah, it's a moment of weakness that I had. It's something that I have to think about and work through and really try to, going back to the rules of when I first posted that video of how to stop shopping, the main thing I said was to remember your why. And I think when you're trying to change yourself for the better, whether it be your spending habits, your shopping habits, getting out of debt, sticking to a fitness plan, sticking to a diet, anything like that, that is, I think, by nature difficult and something that requires consistency in order to feel and remain successful with. Remembering your motivation, remembering the reason why you started, can really help you in moments of weakness. And with those boots, I really let go of my why, and I didn't think about it and I didn't consider it, and all I did was just sort of think about short-term, just still think about that hit and think about that short-term pick-me-up that these boots would provide, or that fantasy me that I'm still, I think, quite attached to, and still looking for through things every so often. So these boots are really cool. They reflect my style very much. They keep up an appearance that I'm trying to achieve in my own personal style, and then in turn the personal style that I project into the world. They're cool. They're cool boots, and I want to look cool. I want to feel cool. I want to feel rock and roll and Scandi chic and minimal and all that stuff, which that's what those boots represented for me. And so I spent the money on them, but really I can still feel that way with the stuff that I already have. November was a difficult month mentally. I'm still feeling very conflicted and upset and guilty about that. So I think December will still be difficult because Black Friday and Cyber Monday, by the time this video goes up, will have already come and gone, but there's still sales, there's still pressure to shop, to gift, probably more pressure to shop sales for yourself. So it's gonna be, for me, it's gonna be a test. I think I really need to keep my why in mind. And for me, that my why is financial freedom and being debt-free. And on a personal level, becoming content, comfortable, happy, pleased, and just okay with the things that I have and with who I am among my stuff and among myself. Because I think I'm still struggling with the idea that stuff will bring me something that I'm looking for, or will elevate me to a level that other people will perceive me being at, when really it's not about what you're wearing or what you have. It's about what you do, how you treat others, how you carry yourself, and your own self-confidence. So I think I really lost that this month, or she's hidden somewhere in there. I've seen her before, that confident, cool, consistent Christina. But I kind of buried her this month, and I want to bring her back. I think I've really focused on the failures instead of the successes this month. And one thing I know I talk about, that I've talked about before in therapy, is that what I've learned throughout this low buy experience is that I am a very polarizing person. So I'm very much all or none, very black and white, and there's no gray, there's no middle ground for me. And I think that true contentment and true happiness that I'm trying to find within myself and within where I'm at in my life and where I want to go forward with. Finding that gray area, that sense of balance, is very important for me. So I think with my low buy, I very much struggle with still that all or none mentality. It's either you must not be shopping at all, or if you do shop, you're going for it. I haven't gone on any crazy sprees, or I haven't sort of gone on that side of the spectrum, but I still have it in my mind that, you know, you're in debt, you're in a negative net worth. You have no reason to be shopping. You have no reason to be looking at anything new or adding anything to your wardrobe. You have absolutely no reason, because you owe money. You are in a negative net worth. So like Dave Ramsey says, and I listen to him a lot to stay motivated, but he's very, his mentality is very sort of strict and stoic, in the sense that if I see the inside of a restaurant, it'll be me working in the restaurant as opposed to me eating in the restaurant, because I am in debt. So I struggle with that a lot. So me shopping for these boots and buying them on impulse, not only is it a failure to me because I acted on impulse and I regressed in my progress and essentially ignored all the progress that I've made this far, I also failed in that sense because I shouldn't be shopping really at all. I shouldn't be spending money on frivolities or on wants because I'm in debt. Buying those boots for me was like a multifaceted failure, and I have a hard time with accepting an idea of, well, I did really well this month. I paid off $6,500 towards my loan. Instead of saying, damn, that's amazing, and maybe like treating myself, my mind and my polarizing kind of thoughts and tendencies can't get to that, yeah, you did okay this month, so maybe buying those boots because you were able to accommodate them in your budget after all, because you like them, you've seen them for a long time. So it was on impulse, but at the same time not really, because it's not like you saw them for the very first time before, so you've thought about them. I have a hard time creating a middle ground with any sort of behavior that I do related to this low buy. And that's been difficult. And I think, and again, that when I heard the assumption that within this low buy, people think I'm not shopping at all. That's not really the case. I'm trying to change my relationship with shopping. I still do shop, I still do buy things, but usually with a lot more thought and a lot less emotion, and I would call it self-sabotage than before, except for obviously within this case. So I think in December and into the new year, because we're starting to get that way, I really need to try to I need to find ways to focus on achieving that middle ground, achieving a sense of happiness and comfort and contentment with who I am and what I have. And really, I think especially I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to move forward with this channel. And I think for me, it's going to be a lot of, not only am I going to take you with me in my debt repayment, but it's also going to be me really exploring my relationship with the things that I already own, with falling back in love with them, with using them, and with parting with things that I don't use and I don't love. I think a lot of me still really likes the new and shiny things, or a lot of my mindset is still attached to focusing on what I don't have instead of focusing on and being grateful for what I do. I think Christmas and the holidays and the new year is a great time to not only focus on being generous and giving, but to also focus on gratitude. And that's something that I don't do enough of, for sure. So that's where I think I'm going to be taking myself into the next month and into the new year, and hopefully this channel. So I hope you guys stick around. Thank you again so much for watching. I know I seem a little bit sad in this video, and that's because I am, and that's okay. I'm learning to accept that too. But I just want to share with you that as a reminder, there is no reason to think you have to be perfect throughout this and to think that you will be perfect throughout this, because these are complicated feelings and emotions and thoughts and impulses that I think a lot of us here on this channel are trying to work through. There's a lot of temptation and there will be a lot of slips, and they happen with me too. And I think talking about that is extremely important, because I am no poster child for minimalism, for essentialism, for using less. I'm very much starting to learn about all those things, and I want to be better at all those things, and ultimately I want to find that place where I truly feel like I have enough and that I am enough. And I hope that me sharing this helps you find that too. So please like this video if it resonated with you in any way. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more and follow along with the journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.